we are now going to do the Lamer of the Week awards. So we have two this week. We have a runner-up and a winner. So our runner-up is it Microsoft or gaming journalist from the story about Xbox Series X getting a HAWT. That's HAWT, by the way, Rowdy, just in case you didn't know. All right.
Gotcha.
So
that makes sense.
So we're going to see who wins the silver award. So there are reports of the system running so hot that it's just scary. Now, is this fake gaming news? Or can you expect to slow cook a brisket on top of this teraflopping gaming console? So,
man, I'm actually going to make beef jerky on it.
Oh, dude, I bet you could. How hot do you have to get beef to make beef jerky?
I do 160 degrees for 8 hours.
Oh, man, you might be in luck. Let's find out. You might have to come over to my house, though, to do this. All right. So there was a claim coming from Joe. I think this is French. It's EUX. So to me, that's either Cajun or French or Cajun French.
That's just Joe.
That's Joe. Joe Video's Ken Bogard claimed in a no longer available video that the Series X is hot, like really hot. It doesn't make any noise, but dang it, it's hot. The console is emitting heat like crazy. It's almost like a fireplace shaft. You can heat up your flat with it. So this went all over the Twitters and the Reddits. And a couple of other journalists, too, were saying things like the things are hot to the touch, or the SSDs. Okay, that was another thing, because the SSE on the back of the Xbox Series X gets pretty hot. I think it gets up to quite a bit cooler than that. I think it was like 110 degrees Fahrenheit, because SSDs produce quite a bit of heat nowadays. Anyway.
Oh, yes, they do.
So can it really heat up your flat, or as we in America like to call it, apartments? Isn't that what flat means? Yeah, okay.
Well, no, technically a flat is like an open floor plan apartment.
Well, dang it. Okay, so you can only do one floor apparently with the Xbox Series X. Well, let's find out. According to a thermal analysis by Digital Foundry, they have a good video over this, and a couple of other people have been just kind of like indiscriminately shooting heat guns at them, like not heat guns, but the little thermometers with the boops that they shoot at me at work whenever I go in to determine the heat. They put one on the hottest part of the console at the very top of your own little game-playing chimenea. And apparently, it gets up to 61 degrees Celsius on the Xbox Series X. Now, if you're like me, you have no freaking idea how hot or cold that is.
Because we're one of two countries in the whole world that uses the imperial system.
Yes, but I also think that Texans don't quite understand Fahrenheit either, because as soon as it gets below 80 degrees out here, people are already wearing sweaters.
It's true.
Truth. Okay, but if we go to the internet, because you know I'm not going to do this math by hand, and convert these numbers, it will tell us the hottest part of the Xbox Series X gets up to around 141 degrees Fahrenheit on the very top.
I could make beef jerky with that.
You can
just put it on for 12 hours.
12 hours, okay.
Instead of 8 hours.
So my question is, the technicalities of this. When you make beef jerky, are there drippings?
Oh, yeah.
So we need to figure out a way that the drippings can be diverted away from the Xbox. Now, this might cause a problem, I would imagine, the heat, because you're going to have to go up through metal, right? So we're going to have to enclose the Xbox Series X to keep it thoroughly heated. All right. So anyway, we'll figure out the beef jerky Series X later on. Now,
so sorry about this, but there's a train outside my apartment right now.
It's okay. They're coming to get beef jerky. They're ready for these Xbox Series X beef jerky. Snap it to a Slim Jim. All right. Now, that seems hot, right? 141 degrees on a console. Now, keep in mind, this is not the entire console. This is pretty much just the outflow of air. Actually, the sides of it only get up to about 100-something degrees, which is not terribly hot. Well, if you take a look at current consoles, the hottest one right now is the Xbox One X. Not to be confused with the similarly named Xbox Series X. Hate those names anyway. But
Yeah.
you'll find out that it gets up to 68 degrees Celsius, which converts to a whopping 155 degrees Fahrenheit. So, Rowdy, I think our beef jerky Xbox is going to have to be the Xbox One X because it gets a little bit hotter.
Yeah, man. I'll convert a 1X into my next dehydrator.
Now, and the Xbox sits on the side much easier, so I think we could figure out the drippings issue a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is this is where it goes. So, reports that the console is hotter than any console in the past are absolutely false, and our dreams of heating our houses or making beef jerky or, well, probably brisket. You can make beef jerky, but you can't make brisket. I think you got to at least for a brisket get up to about 200 or 225. So,
and then let it sit for like 12 hours.
Yeah, I would imagine at 180 or 180 might be possible, but 141 ain't going to cut it.
Dude, so I'll tell you right now, I'm super glad that these consoles did not go with those ridiculous liquid cooling systems for the whole system.
They just use liquid metal.
Because I have recently been doing research into the liquid cooling systems because, again, I'm back and forth between if I want to get a Series X or build a new PC.
Yeah.
And I have learned that if you want to do liquid cooling, like the water cooling that flows all through your computer, that it is for tinkerers.
Oh,
it is not. It is not for the type of people who just want to turn their computer on and it works.
I could see that. I would be one of those people. And in my mind, you have to change out the water every now and then, but I don't think that's real. But
I'd put Kool-Aid in it.
Yeah, Kool-Aid cooled systems. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so our dreams have been forever dashed that we can no longer use our Xbox Series X as heaters in our house this winter, but not like we were going to use heaters in the swamps anyway.